So much for joining me in today's craft fair series video. I am so excited to share this next craft fair project with you. I wanted to switch it up this year and do some new projects and do things that people are into right now. And these blind date with a book, cute little bundles are super trendy right now, and a lot of people love physical books too. So I was really inspired by the book community, and I made these super crafty, and they're not, of course, my original idea, but I was so inspired on Pinterest and Etsy and just different things. I even saw like a Hallmark movie with this kind of idea. So I was so excited to get out my brown wrapping paper and twine and goodies to stick in the pockets and see what I could do to make this come to life. So this is just 3 of the 24 that we have made. So we're gonna make one together here from start to finish on camera. So I'm gonna show you the 22 that we have made. I left one bare so I could show you how it looks when it's not decorated. We use this brown wrapping paper that you can get anywhere, pretty much any office supply store, any craft store. They have it out right now for Christmas because like Hobby Lobby and those stores have Christmas wrapping paper out. I got a big thick roll last year during the after Christmas sales. My sister and I totally used the entire roll to make all 24 of these. So I'm gonna show you the 22, and then of course I wanted to save one bare to show you. And we're gonna make one on camera that I'm not gonna show you because I did a full tutorial on it, so we're gonna make it together. So I'm gonna quickly show you all the 22 that we've made so far. And these have so much stuff stuffed in all the pockets, and I'm gonna give you ideas of what you can put in there. We ordered a few things from Amazon, and then I used a bunch of stuff from my stash. So let me just kind of walk you through. Not all of them are exactly the same. We kind of made them a little different, but most of the same elements are in each one. So there's this reading list up here, and it's a really long one, but during the tutorial, I'm gonna show you everything close up. And then we have these cute quote stickers that I got from Amazon, and I clipped that one there. And most of them have this beautiful sprig of lavender tucked in the pocket. And then there's another bookmark here with like book titles and reading lists. Over here is a TBR tracker, and it's a really long, beautiful, artsy bookmark. All of the books have an annotating fine tip pen or one of these beautiful book highlighters. And they all have a little tablet here of these little book tabs. And these are kind of see-through, and they're vellum. And then we put lots of stickers. We put tea and a little chocolate bar. And then more stickers clipped on so they can be used, and the backing is still on there. And then we decorated the bottom a little bit. Here's a library pocket with a library card inside. And of course we added the tag right here to give hints of what the book is about, because that's the whole point of it, is that it's a surprise and it's like a blind date with the book. So you got your cozy snacks and all of your goodies for your book. And it's basically a cozy gift idea. So here's what I did. I did not spend over $2 for any of the books that we wrapped. And that does not mean that they aren't quality, really good books. I made sure to study each and every book before I purchased it if I hadn't read it already. So if I had any duplicates in my stash or ones that I have read that I was ready to pass on, I used those. And some of them are from Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree sometimes gets overstock from local bookstores. There's New York bestsellers in there. There's classics sometimes. You have to check your Dollar Tree and really dig. Some of them are very cheap and not so good, so don't get those ones. And then the other thing I did was I went to our used bookstore here in the town I live in. It is part of the library here, and it's like Friends of the Library. I'm sure you guys have it in your town as well. And I went in when they're having sales, and I've been going in for months and just finding treasure books. So if they're in pristine condition, books that are either trendy right now or classics or just good authors that people tend to love. I stayed away from books that were in a series because who knows if people had the other books in the series. I tried to get really, really good quality books. So at my craft fair, there's going to be a sign that says blind date with a book, of course, and then it's going to say brand new or gently used. You can get a roll of this brown packing paper from Dollar Tree. So get a couple rolls of that. Make your own bookmarks. I'm sure you have tags that you can do or cut down and make. We use old book paper, so you kind of get the gist. And we did buy a couple special little things, but it wasn't that much at all. I'm telling you, I had most of this in my stash. So here's a book as an example. I took a book that I was wrapping, and if I hadn't read that book before, I just went over to Goodreads, and you can just Google it or whatever, but if you have a Goodreads app, there's reviews, and you can go to Amazon for reviews. Pretty much you can find reviews anywhere. And I just read about what the book was about. I read reviews, and then sometimes they give like helpful trope keywords. And that's how we came up with what the book is about. So I really wanted to study each of the books if I hadn't read it already, because I didn't want to give false representation to the type of book that was inside the package. So for example, this one, and we did our handwriting. We didn't stamp or type or anything. I decided to do handwriting, and I tried to like do different handwritings, but oh my gosh, it's been forever since I've done cursive. And so you'll see all different styles of handwriting that I tried, but I really probably went back to my normal handwriting for most of them. So for this one, the little keywords on the tag are historical romance, seductive, and enemies to lovers. So there's this one. Okay, so this one is super cute, and it's pretty big. It's obviously a hardback. Got all the goodies. I love these quote stickers. That's probably like my favorite thing that I ordered from Amazon. I'll have everything linked below. And then this one says magical realism, parent trap vibes, YA contemporary. So there's that one. I'm getting a little chatty, sorry. But I wanted to tell you what we did was before we wrapped it, this is kind of scribbly, so just excuse my handwriting on this. But what we did is before we wrapped the book, I wrote the title. And then after I researched everything, or if I read it before, after I did all my research, I wrote my 3 little word hints on here. And that way when we went to decorate this, I had it right here, and then I could just peel it off when we were done. So here's the next one. I love how these turned out, you guys. They're so cute, and the stickers and everything. This one is historical romance, Regency, and sexy pirate vibes. So there's that one. This is such a cute one as well. This one is Southern Charm, Adult Romance, and Coming of Age. This one has like a green theme going on with some prickly pear tea, and it's historical fiction, Great Depression, Irish American. Those are the little sneak peek words, and I just love this. And I love these book tracker bookmarks. They're super cute, and they're all different colors and designs. I'll link those below. And then we've got this one over here, and it's thriller, romance, and hot, and it is beautiful. My sister did both of these. I'm just so in love with these. They're so cute. So I'll do 2 more with me talking through it, and then I'll set this to music and I'll show you the rest of them. And this is a thriller, murder mystery, and suspenseful. And yeah, it's super duper cute. And of course, I can't do a project without beautiful seam binding from MyScrapcabin Shop. I'll link that below as always. And we just use this little sprig of eucalyptus. So here's another one. Super pretty, and it's thunder and lightning outside if you guys hear that. So this one is soul shaking, second chance love, and Daisy Jones vibes. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed seeing all the ones that we made. So let's go ahead and get started on this super easy tutorial. Okay, so to wrap the book, all you're gonna do is take one of these pieces of paper, and I talked about it in the beginning of the video where you can find this, and you just wanna make sure that you cut a piece big enough to where the slack down here at the bottom is high enough to touch the top of the book, and that one is. So I'm gonna slide that a little bit back down, and then the top of the book is facing you, and you just wanna make sure that this flap covers all but about a couple inches down here. So mine is only leaving about 1 inch, so that's gonna work just fine. And for the sides, you just wanna make sure that they are long enough to cover the book fully on both sides. So the first thing we're gonna do is fold this down over the top of the book, just like this. And just hold this here so it's kind of tight. And then all you do is you just take this side and you're just gonna push this in. And it's gonna form this little like triangle flap. And you just wanna make sure you're pulling it tight so this edge isn't loose. Okay, so once you have this pushed in, you can see kind of how I did that. You wanna make sure that this line right here isn't really at an angle, but it's more at a straight parallel line with this. So as long as that is like at a straight parallel line, then you can go ahead and crease it down, crease that fold down so it stays where it's at. And then just make sure that you take your hand and you press kind of up against the side of the book and the top of your table. So it should be flush with the tabletop. And then you're just gonna work this with your fingers to where it meets the edge of the book. And then I can just crease that fold, and this is gonna be your first fold right over the book. Just like that. So make sure that stayed tight and press it down, because you want the book, the side over here, to be nice and neat. So once you did that, you can see this goes plenty over that book. So what I like to do is just take my scissors and cut off the excess. And then I'm just gonna take a piece of tape and tape that flap down. So I'm still holding this side kind of tight. And I'm gonna do the same exact thing over here. So I'm gonna take the side and fold it in. And again, you're making sure that this line right here is parallel. So you have quite a ways to go. So you just wanna add more slack to the flap here until that line is parallel with the top line. And just, you can keep pulling the bottom tight so this edge stays nice and neat. And then again, keep that flap over here on the bottom flush with the surface. And then you're gonna fold this over, and then finally you can seal that flap like that. And bring it over. And mine ripped a little because the paper was ripped, but that's okay because we're just gonna cut off the excess anyways. And now we've got our little cross fold here going, and I'm gonna put a piece of tape there. So then you've got the next two flaps on the side. So what you're gonna do is just kind of hold that down, make sure the edge is flush, and then fold that one over. And I like to add a piece of tape here as well. And then just bring this side over. So now you can see our book package forming, and this is the top. So then you're just gonna flip this over to the back, and you're gonna wrap the bottom like a present. So that's nice and neat like a present. And then flip it over and there it is. Now it's all ready to fill with goodies and decorate, and it looks super cute and it feels so good in the hands as well. So this is where you can be super creative and make these your own. I really recommend using stuff that you already have in your stash. I'm gonna still link everything that I have here. Most of it is from Amazon and a lot of it is from my stash. So I'll try to find all the links and I will include them below. So the first thing is just some jute twine, and this is what we use, of course, to wrap around the book. And I just used this white one, and you'll see where I just add it to a tag. Of course, I'll include a little tea, some kind of chocolate, and like the flatter the better for the chocolate, so they'll go in the pocket nicely. And also for each one we included these cute little book highlighters, and also I'm including one of these little sections. These are those cute little vellum tabs that you can use for your sides of your book. So we've got the cute tracker bookmark, and you just mark out each book as you read it on your TBR. So you can use your little highlighter or anything you want. So it's double-sided. And then I got this long tag that's like a bookmark. And I got this reading list. And these were the cutest library cards, and they all come in all different colors. So I got a package of those. So one of my favorite parts is the lavender sprig, and this is so beautiful. It adds so much color. So we happen to get these at Hobby Lobby. We got this in a huge bouquet in the wedding section at the craft store. So we happen to get these at Hobby Lobby, but you could probably find them at Michael's and Joann's, anywhere that sells floral. And it was so inexpensive because we got them for 50% off. And then of course I'm using seam binding from MyScrapcabin Shop on Etsy. It's the absolute best and most fluffy and vibrant seam binding out there. I'll link her shop below. And then I'm just using an old book page, 2 book stickers. These are little quotes, and they're also stickers, and you get a bunch in the pack. So I'll also link these below along with the book stickers. And these cute little brown tags were in my stash, but I'll link some below. And this is to write the hints for the book. And then I'm just using a few little paper clips from my stash. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab this reading list right here, because this is the longest item. We usually stick it in the top pocket right here. So for this one, I like to add seam binding, and I just do a really simple little slip knot. This is kind of like a tag and a book list log thing. And I think this just adds a really cute touch. So this book has 4 pockets. One right here, one right here, one right here, and then one in the back. So we're gonna fill all these pockets up. So I think that is so adorable. Oh my goodness, look at it so far. I'm in love with it. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of this jute twine that I have. So I'm just taking this and I'm gonna wrap it like I'm wrapping a bow on a present. Cross it in the back. And then I'm just gonna bring it to the center and tie it in a bow. So I cut way more off per usual than I need, but I do need some slack to tie the tag on too. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna tie it in a bow. And now we have all this slack right here so we can hang our tag, and then we'll just snip off the excess. So you just want to keep in mind where you want to hang your tag depending on where your decorations are. So I think this one will look cute hanging vertical like this. And this is where you're going to put your little hints of what the book is about. So I'm here on Goodreads and I'm just going to read a little bit about the book, and then I'm going to read some reviews and just make sure that I have the right little keywords, and we're going to hang our tag. I read some reviews and it's not, and it doesn't seem to be a warm and fuzzy type of read, but I know some people like all kinds of books. So I've decided on historical romance. So here's my tag, and I'm going to string it here. Some of the tags I wrote like this, horizontal, and some I wrote like this. So I'm just going to tie this on here. So I'm all done decorating my cute blind date with a book, and isn't it just adorable? I love how it turned out. And there it is. So my sister and I talked about it and we went back and forth. We first landed on selling these for $15 each, but what we ultimately decided to do for the craft fair is $12 each or 2 for $20. I hope that you'll go and make these your own and create and tuck anything in the pockets that you want. Here's the beautiful one that we made together. And I just hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I'm excited to share my next project with you, so I hope that you'll join me for that. Thank you again so much for watching and for all your support. Happy crafting, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.